Over this past weekend, I had the opportunity to visit Tate's Comics, Toys, and More in South Florida. In this video, we'll take a look at what I got.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Matt and Stu Review, where we're taking a look at your favorite toys from yesterday and today. And if you're into toys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Stuart, what do we have on the table?
So we have my haul from Tate's. Tate's is an amazing comics, toys, collectibles, vintage, new, kind of just an emporium of geek stuff in South Florida.
Okay.
Seemingly really a mecca of toys and comics.
How big of a store was this?
You know, it actually wasn't a huge store, but it is absolutely 100% packed with stuff. It's really incredible. I'd say 5,000 square feet.
Oh, okay, so almost as big as our shop here.
Yeah, with a little mezzanine as well for like their sort of fine art section.
Yeah, cool.
And they have everything from brand new collectibles to open box items that are actually just they put in poly bags and hang up. They've got stuff at every different price point. They have, you know, old GI Joes, old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, tons of Japanese hobby kits and like assemble your own action figures.
Cool, okay, yeah.
Tons of manga. Just a really amazing place. And you know, I could have spent an eternity in there.
I bet, yeah. So are they like mostly comic shop with toys and stuff, or is it like kind of 50-50? I guess comic shops these days are kind of, they got to hedge their bets a little bit.
I'll bet you they used to be 50-50. I'd say it was probably 60% toys and collectibles,
Okay.
40% comics.
Well, okay, yeah.
And they had comics also from every different era. They had, you know, Spider-Man 300. They had the first appearance of Batwoman. They had some like really cool 1960s stuff, all beautifully displayed too. So I took a ton of pictures.
Like properly collectibles.
Yeah, of the things I can't afford, you know.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, that's cool. All right.
Well,
let's
let's
see
take
what
a
you
look
got.
at what I got.
Yeah.
So it was a largely DC focused haul that I got. And I actually think I'll start with this DC print here. I know that you are a big fan of Supergirl.
Oh, yeah.
And you, in particular, like the Teen Titans version and the Teen Titans outfit, but I had to get you this first appearance of Supergirl print.
Yeah, that's super cool. So it's just like a reproduction print or something like that?
Yeah, I think
Back in the day?
maybe from the 90s. It's not really that old
Cool,
or
like art
anything,
press.
but they were a great deal. And it's just cool. I think once we get it in a frame, put it up, you know, hopefully in your office with your other Supergirls.
Yeah, I have a little Supergirl corner in my office.
I'm slowly turning him into a geek collector.
Yeah. Does it count as collecting if it's just gifted stuff?
Yeah, of course it does.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. All right.
So there's that.
Well, yeah. Well, thank you, Stuart. This is very cool.
Glad you like it.
Awesome. You know, awesome first appearance, like comic cover. Yeah, that's
Totally kind of a derpy Supergirl. She's definitely not as cool as, you know, more modern Supergirls.
I mean,
but
hey, May of 1969, like comic art and stuff was a little different than it is nowadays.
absolutely. It almost seems too, just from that cover there, that Superman doesn't know if she is friend or foe at this point.
Yeah, I like that she came out of the box like wearing his costume. That's perfect. All right, let's see what else you got.
Set that aside. So I also picked up these DC Collectibles Lil Gotham figures. I wasn't actually familiar with the Lil Gotham property, but after talking to Nat a little bit, it turns out that Lil Gotham actually is a comic series, and it kind of, you know, obviously a distinct art style.
Yeah, they're very unique. You know what I mean? I would say, yeah. Basic figure looks like just kind of like a desk thing that lives on your desk, right? And it's like
Definitely
not
a desk
super
figure.
playable, but cool art style for sure. I like the Joker a lot.
Yeah,
Can I
here,
swap
I'll
you here
swap you
and
there.
See the Batman.
I liked the Joker. He's got kind of like a punk, silly look. He's got his funny little hyena dog. Neat figure there.
Yeah, and a cool symbol Batman. He's got like one hand swap, it looks like. Everybody's got like some kind of an accessory. Harley, on the back here we can see, you know, they had like a Robin with some billy clubs. Joker
Nat
with his
actually
dog.
has that Robin too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice, okay. And then Harley and Joker both have their little dogs, like
Oh, the hyenas.
the hyenas. There you go. It's a little hyena.
Do they have names? Those hyenas? Punch and Judy. That sounds right.
There you go. Nice. All right, what else you got?
So I also got this compound Superman figure from DC Direct. He is from a first appearance line, and I got him for the Bat Shelf just because what a odd Batman that is.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Yeah, for sure.
He's the world's finest, all rolled up into one.
It's got to be from a comic or something, right?
It is from
like
a comic.
Some kind of weird mashup.
It actually came with a miniature version fully
Wow,
of that
it's like
comic.
the full comic.
So one of these days I'll get my magnifying glass out and read the
And read
story
it
of the
up.
first appearance of Compound Superman.
That's his name, Compound Superman?
Yes.
Huh, interesting.
He's still going to go on the bat shelf, though.
Looks like it's an older figure, though. Like, the rubber of his cape is starting to go. It's, like,
Yes.
leaching the stickiness.
He's getting a little sticky.
Uh-huh.
This figure's from 2005. He actually was in the box when I bought him, but in order to get him into my carry-on, had to ditch the box.
Oh, it just wouldn't fit.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I decided to keep these guys in the box. I will probably open them up as well, but you can kind of see everything in there, so I'm not in a hurry to open them.
Yeah, I get that. Yep. And then no accessories, anything like that with him? Just
No, just his base.
the weird, like, super base thing,
Yeah,
whatever you want to call it?
and he has like limited posability. It's kind of interesting what they chose to do, giving him kind of like, some full motion shoulders, but his legs are very, very limited. No ankle articulation.
What year did you say he was from?
2005.
So, okay, it's kind of older these days.
Yeah,
I mean, does that jive with, like, figures of those days?
I think it does.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily that limited. Yeah, his head just swivels. It doesn't articulate at all. And then no body articulation, anything like that. It really looks like two figures just, like, glued together.
It
Which is
does.
wild.
I thought it was like a fantastic execution. Like it really is like it's got great
The
paint
seam is
apps.
good. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, good paint map, like you said. That's a good point.
I like also like just almost his build and body style is very much that like 1960s Superman, like,
Uh-huh.
just strong man, not the superhuman kind of physique that we get with modern comics.
Yes, he's got a lot of torso. He's
Yeah.
like a
He's
thick
wide.
torso. Yeah. All right, and then let's see what else you got here. This one is the one I'm most excited to see.
So this is the DC Designer Series Commissioner Gordon,
Mhm.
as drawn by Greg Capullo in the New 52, and this is from 2015. I actually
Okay.
don't have a Commissioner Gordon because one has just never excited me. It feels like he's, you have to have him. And this one I saw and thought, okay, I found my Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah, this one's super crisp. Like great. Like the plastics, it's like a resin cast almost. Looks like.
It really does.
It doesn't look like a production plastics kind of model. It's like it's kind of like display quality almost. Like the texture and the detail in his face and glasses, everything like that.
His
It doesn't.
skin has like a translucence to it, like real skin
Mhm.
almost.
Yeah, it totally does, and that's why it seems like. I think that's kind of why it seems like a resin cast. Was he open box? Was he in box?
He was in the box as well.
He
I
was.
went ahead and opened the box because, again, it was a big box, wasn't going to fit in my luggage.
Okay. What kind of box was it? Like a collectible box kind of a thing, or like I'm just kind of curious how he's presented.
It was actually pretty similar to this,
So,
but if you eliminated the back card and it was just the clamshell portion.
so yeah, just a
only.
booster or like just a clamshell. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, interesting posability, like a weird awkward
pretty awkward.
elbow rotation, but still some articulation there, which is good.
My Commissioner Gordon really just needs to stand next to the bat signal, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Is he gonna sit on the shelf too? He's
He'll-
going into the Batman
I
zone.
think I might have to do a tertiary Batman shelf for other figures because
Whoa.
the bat shelf is really, it's just for Batman.
Good shoes, good details. I mean, I like
The shoes are amazing, right?
rubber overmolded trench coat is pretty good. I mean, all in all, a very good sculpt.
I actually did look it up. It looks like this figure is pretty widely available still, new. He's commanding an aftermarket price, so
Yeah.
I think I actually got a pretty good deal on him.
Okay.
But you could get him if you want. Man, he is just great. His facial expression he's concerned. Like you can really tell. So we went ahead and decided to open these Lil Gotham figures so we could take a closer look at their articulation and just a closer look at the figures themselves. I've since learned from Nat that these figures were designed by an artist called Dustin Nguyen. He did
That's
the
who
art
did 'em?
in the comic book.
That's cool. Oh, okay, yeah.
So my guy here, my Joker, he has no knee articulation. He has like a ball kind of joint on his shoulder with a metal pin, which is kind of like a older G.I. Joe type technology. Definitely feels delicate, so I would probably just stand this guy up
Be
and
gentle with him. Yeah.
be gentle.
Uh-huh.
I love his little hyena. Very cute.
Yeah.
Just a pretty.
It's a very
pretty funny.
cutesy hyena. Yes.
What do you think of that Batman?
Batman's pretty cool. Rubber overmolded cape, which is cool. So I like to see the flexibility in a cape. Same like weird leg joint, just like not a lot of posability, but small legs, so I get it.
Yeah.
He does have a nice ball and socket shoulder articulation, where it can like rotate as well as like pivot on that shoulder. He had one swappable hand for his right hand. You can do a fist or the grappling hook. Kind of it. He has head swivel side to side, but no, like it's not an orbital there. But cool sculpt. I like the like kind of sharp angled like chest and muscle and stuff like that on him. Swap you here.
Yeah, let's swap.
Oh, dude, the hyena has head articulation.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, okay. So
Not just a little
bit of
figurine.
posability there.
I love this Batman. This Batman is rad. I love him. What a little weirdo.
Yeah, I like this Joker for sure. He's like doesn't look too menacing because he's like,
He definitely
a
no.
a
I want
little
to hang
Joker.
out with that Joker.
Yeah. And then but cool hairstyle and like cool paint job on the hairstyle. It's even got like a little bit of like shade maybe. Maybe it's the lighting in here. Seems like a low like another like resin cast kind of a thing.
Yeah, I
Like
mean the way that
interesting
that piece
shattered.
broke off makes me think that yeah, it
Hmm.
was a pretty highly detailed hard plastic type of
Yeah.
application.
Pretty cool though. I mean, I think, well, how much were they?
They were $20 each.
Seems a little high. I would want more like I'd be like 13 bucks, I'd be in.
I would have loved to pay 13 bucks for them,
Yeah.
but I had never seen them, and like being in Tate's where there were tons of toys I had never seen from 10 years ago, 5 years ago,
Yeah.
20 years ago, and I had a full basket, and I
Yeah.
decided to pare it down a little bit so I could get everything home
That's
and
good.
not spend all my money. And this is from a era of sort of DC action figures where I think they were really focusing more on being collectibles than being
Action figures or
play
play.
with action
Uh-huh.
figures, even posed. They were more about the adherence to like the original design of the figure. All of
The art
these
very
represent,
accurate to the art.
yeah, comic art.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense a lot. I mean, you can see that especially with the little comic book here, everything like that, and he's like, they seem very representational of their art styles of the time,
Yeah, and
which is cool.
I enjoy a figure like that.
All right, Stuart, since we have a bunch of figures here on the table, I think it's probably better to ask you about Tate's. So, how would you rate Tate's comic shop compared to, some maybe your local comic shops, things like that?
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, I got to rate Tate's 11. That place was amazing. I've never been anywhere like it. I mean,
Yeah.
it seemed like the kind of comic shop you would find in Tokyo or something.
Okay.
Like it was packed to the brim with like promotional items from the Phantom Menace, and it had a giant R2D2. It had like gargoyles from the Batman movies. It had a
Cool,
ton
cool.
of stuff. It just
Yep.
was packed to the brim. You could look in there for hours. So
11 out of 10, that's pretty high rating.
I
Like, what would make it a better comic shop? Was there anything there, like pretty much the ideal comic shop?
I think it was the ideal comic and toy and collectible shop.
Hey,
And
that's.
honestly, we actually have a really good local comic shop
Mhm.
that does have toys and has vintage toys. So as far as rating them between each other, Loveland, Colorado has a hard time touching South Florida's biggest, oldest vintage toy shop.
Totally.
Yeah,
Awesome. Well, there you go. Hey, if you're in South Florida, maybe check them out.
definitely do.
Yeah. Okay.
Matt, would you ever visit a comic shop or a toy shop on vacation?
I would say like if we were like out and about and I came across one, I'd probably stop in. When we're out with the kids, we'll like definitely go to toy stores when we're out and about because they always have like some kind of weird random toy that you might not see.
Yeah.
And it's like if we're tourist shopping or something like that, it's like something fun for the kids to pop into. I'd say if I'm seeking something out, it'd probably be like a 40K store. Yeah, I think I'd be more inclined to visit a game store because like you can see local art, you can see like the hobby things on display. Usually there's some like cool unique paint jobs, something like that, and I'd be more inclined to see those than like a comic shop. I'm not much of a collector like you though.
Well, I have to say, I didn't mention this before, but Tate's actually had an annex location
Hmm.
that was one door down from their comic and toy shop
Yeah,
that was specifically for Magic the Gathering, Warhammer 40K, D&D, role-playing games.
yeah, more of a games
Yeah,
kind of a
and
thing.
I actually didn't go there, so on my next
Ooh.
trip down, I definitely will.
Return trip already planned. There you go. Sweet. Well, we want to hear from you. Have you visited a comic shop on vacation or like a collectible shop on vacation? We'd love to hear about your favorites, maybe down in the comments. And that way, if there's some people out there going on a trip, they could check out that comment section, maybe visit one of those shops for themselves.
Thanks for watching. This has been my haul from Tate's Comics, Toys, and More in Lauderhill, Florida.
Yeah. And if you are into toys and reviews like these, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next episode. Bye.